Hello, and welcome to the Easy Level. For this level, we will help guide our Compa Chuy to what he most truly desires. Hello, Compa Chuy. What is it you most truly desire? Pizza? Ooh, that's a good one. Pizza is delicious. Head on over to the other room, Compa Chuy. There might be a surprise there waiting for you. Keep going! You know there's more pizza to your left, Compa Chuy. You just gotta jump the wall. Want some help? And this is the medium difficulty, the maze of life. Time doesn't stop for anyone in this maze. With its twists and turns, every moment a choice must be made. Follow what you love, do what you hate, have fear in your heart, or enough hope to keep on swimming. Saying yes, saying no. Each decision leading you down your path, taking you to your ultimate desires. Or leading you to your worst nightmares. What would you like to focus on? And if you ever get lost, don't you forget one thing. Have you tried jumping? Ask for help if you need it. Seeing things from a different perspective might help make decisions a whole lot easier. Congratulations, you have made it to the hard difficulty. To start off this difficulty, this one is gonna be talking about something that is bigger than us. We are here, and we're gonna be talking about here. So to help us explain things a little bit, we have Naruto Labubu. So in this perspective, we can see its front side. And if we just go by our perspective, then that would mean that Naruto doesn't have a backside. Right now in this perspective, we can know and understand his front side, but to understand the back, we would have to go around. So if we go around Naruto, then we can see his backside. But now that we're in this perspective, and we can see his backside, now we can't see his front side. So we can know his backside, but knowing the backside, now we don't know about his front side, right? But if we keep going around, look, we're back to the beginning. We can know his front side, but we don't know the backside again in this perspective. But since we already went all the way around, we do know his backside even if we can't see it still in this perspective. Same if we see him from the top. Well, now we understand and know his top side, but we're missing that bottom part. We're missing parts, you know. So no matter what perspective we are in this, there is always going to be a side of Naruto Lububu that we can't see. Okay, so knowing that, going back here, it would be the same thing here. We can see this part, but there is a backside that we can't see. And so we went all the way around Naruto Lububu, but this guy's squishy. I wonder why he's squishy. There's probably something inside of him that makes him squishy. But in this perspective that I have, with the knowledge that I can see, well, I don't know why he's so squishy. Now, if I want to know why he's so squishy, well, I can just poke a hole in him so I can peek inside and see why he's so squishy, you know? So keep that in mind. From our perspective, there's always going to be things we can see, and there's always going to be things we can't see. Okay, so now starting here, our little compa here, this guy has one path. There's only one plane here, right? He can go back and forth, but he's only traveling on one. There's only one way. So now we take this, for example. This guy can also travel along here. Right, so he traveled along all of this outside path, but there's, as we can clearly see, there is an inside path as well. For him to be able to explore the inside path, I would have to pick him up and place him inside. And now he can explore the inside. But now, how he can only explore the inside. So for him to explore the outside again, I'd have to pick him up and place him on the outside. In this section, there are two. Right here, he could only explore one. Here, he has the possibility of exploring the two. So one thing to note is, say this is the Earth. Well, this would be huge, you know. So if we got our little compa traveling the Earth, and since the Earth is so big, you know, our little compa, in his perspective, he's really just going like this. He doesn't know he's going in a circle. He doesn't know if he starts here and he keeps going and going and going. He might not know that he's back to where he started, right here, after going around. So, you know, taking that into account, it's pretty understandable why people used to think that the Earth is flat. Because, I mean, from our perspective, the world does look like it's just going just straight like this. It doesn't look like it's curved and it goes back to where it started, you know. That's why they thought you could fall off the edge of the world. So it's pretty understandable, because that's just using the perspective that we can see. Okay, so now we have this, which is a 4D object. So since this is bigger than us, right? 4D is bigger than the 3D. We 3D are bigger than this 2D. But this 2D is still part of this 3D, which means this 3D is gotta be part of this 4D, right? Since we are creatures of pattern. So what makes this a 4D object? Well, if I place our little compa here at his starting line, and we get him to travel this 4D object, and bam, he is back to his starting point. But the difference between here and here is that I never had to pick him up to explore the outside, but this compa also explored the inside without being picked up. So if you think about it, this is going back to 1 again. So we went from 1 to 2 back to 1. So we go from whatever this is to there being an outside and an inside, hot, cold, life, death, to going back to 1. So how do we get from here to here? Well, if we start at the beginning, we can see to get to here, we just gotta connect the ends together. Knowing that if I start here and I end here, this is also the beginning. So I go like this and make it so that the beginning is also the end, and the end is also the beginning. So that's how we got to here. So now, what's the difference between these two? Well, instead of just closing in the circle, we actually make this little guy turn around. So the simple act of turning around and connecting the beginning and the end makes this one singular path again. Just like this guy. Now here's a clip from the movie Interstellar.
I'll show you how it works. So they say you want to go from here to there, but it's too far, right? Mm-hmm. So a wormhole bends space like this, so you can take a shortcut through a higher dimension. Okay, so to show that, they've turned 3-dimensional space into 2 dimensions, which turns a wormhole into 2 dimensions. A circle. What's a circle in 3 dimensions? Sphere. Exactly. A spherical hole. But who put it there? Who do we have to thank?
So did that Interstellar clip remind you of anything? So we can take what we learned from that Interstellar clip into here again. It takes a long time for this ant to travel across, to travel all over, go inside and outside, go from here to there, and then getting to the end. It takes a while. So what we can so if we put into practice what we learned from that Interstellar clip, then that means if we poke a hole in this thing, well, now our little guy, instead of having to go all the way around, he can just go in the hole. And would you look at that? He's inside. So instead of having to go all the way around, he can just poke a hole and be on the other side. So now if you're wondering, well, what the What are you trying to say here? That I should poke a hole in myself so I can explore my insides? Well, no, not exactly. Technically, you want to poke a hole, but not in the way I poked a hole into this guy. It's very simple. Turn around.